Hi, I am Elysia, the founder of ESG Integration in Organizations. James Gifford started it. Elysia finishes it. Today, I am going to talk about the second set of questions to see the full logic of ESG. Question number one, why do investors ultimately seek? Question number two, how do investors think and evaluate companies before investing? Question number three, how does this matter to companies? Let's talk about the first question. What do investors ultimately seek? We can understand this by looking at how ESG started. Think about the purpose, belief, and skill. What's the purpose? Of course, the purpose is profit. At the end of the day, investors want returns. Profit still the core driver. What's the belief? Investors believe environmental protection. For example, logging conservation. They care about what they believe. It signals that a company respects the environment. That matters to them. What is the skill? Remember, they have proven that ESG factors directly affect performance, risk, and long-term value. Financial analysts uncover real sustainability risks and opportunities that most people never saw coming. That's why a whole system was later built to bring ESG into mainstream capital markets. Because these factors reveal real financial risks and opportunities investors had been missing. Meaning, yes, investors want profit. That had never been changed. But in ESG, it's profit with alignment, returns that also reflect their belief in protecting the environment. And the way to do it is by integrating ESG factors that show the real risks and opportunities behind those beliefs. Do you get it? This is what investors ultimately seek. They seek profit, protect environment, and also a framework that integrate ESG factor in their decision-making process. Number two, how do investors think and evaluate companies before investing? To answer this question, we must see three facts. Fact number one, investors look from outside in, try to understand what is really happening inside the company. Fact number two, they rely on public information, financial reports, disclosures, news, market insights, official announcement, and etc. Fact number three, their thinkings happen before they engage with operations. It is purely strategic, not operational. Meaning, investors don't start from the ground level. They evaluate companies from outside in, relying on what the world can see, can offer, such as financial reports, market signals, news and announcements, customer traction, industry movements, leadership reputations, etc. Everything they know at the start comes from public information, not much from inside operations. From there, their thinking stay at strategic, zoom out level. They ask the big question first, such as, is this a real business with real demand? Can it make money consistently? Is the leadership trustworthy and capable? Where are the risks, especially ESG risks? Is the timing right? What's the long-term upsides? This whole evaluation happens at a bird's eye view, not in the operational trenches. Here is the reality. Investors see companies from above. Companies see themselves from inside the chaos. Investors see the patterns, risk, trends, market positioning, leadership signals, environmental and social exposure. Companies, however, are often busy firefighting, drowning in operations, attached to internal stories, blind to external perception. Do you see the point? Investment decisions are made from a vantage point most companies don't naturally have. So the real challenge becomes, how can companies learn to see what investors see? Well, they are stuck inside the day-to-day operations. This is where investor readiness, strategic clarity, and ESG intelligence become a competitive advantage. Companies, do you see what investors see? I challenge you. Question number 3. Why does this matter to companies? Why? To answer this question, we must see the shift of finance trend now. Investment fund raising. Investment fundraising is basically the process of getting investors to buy a stake in your company. They give you capital, you give them share or equity or convertible instruments such as future equity or a structured return based on growth. Here is the center point. Investors win only when you grow. So their mindset is, if I help you grow, we all win. Fundraising has become the new normal because the world has shifted. Number 1, growth is faster than ever and it requires capital. Technology, digitalization, and ESG movement move too quickly. Companies that wait and grow slowly lose out. Investors feel the speed. Number 2, banks are stricter. After post-pandemic, banks have tightened. They look at collaterals, cash flow requirement, risk appetite. Many businesses simply cannot qualify for loans anymore. Number 3, investors have too much capital and no way to put it. Global liquidity is high. Funds are being pushed to find returns. So, investors are aggressively looking for companies to invest in. Number 4, ESG changed the game. Investors now see sustainability factors as real financial risk, real opportunities, a way to secure long-term value. So companies with a strong ESG logic attract more investment. 5th, equity fundraising reduces business pressure and increases freedom. Founders love this. No monthly repayments, no debt stress, no choking your cash flow. In simple words, loans look backward. Venture capital looks for unicorns. Fundraising looks for potential plus purpose plus profit. This is why fundraising is a trend today because it fits the current world's reality. Fast change, high investors liquidity, ESG-driven investment logic, need for capital without choking cash flow, desire for meaningful, aligned growth. The center point is investors will only invest when they clearly see your potential to growth. Your real task is to convince them. If you invest in me, I will grow and we all win. Do you see this center point? To convince them, we must show them. Number 1, I know what you are thinking. You want to tell them that we share the same logic. I can execute exactly what you expect. This alignment is what makes investors feel safe. Number 2, you must understand the new funding landscape. Today, the world of capital has fundamentally changed entrepreneurship. At the core of fundraising is one thing: recognizing potential. Investors deploy capital only when they see significant growth ahead. And the growth always comes from people, individuals who can operate with excellence, control costs, and reduce wastage, execute a clear vision. Elon Musk is the typical example of this. Investors back the person who can deliver exponential outcomes. That's why understanding the investor's mindset and implementing it is essential for any entrepreneur or company. This is the underlying logic of the entire fundraising process. Do you see that? My message to you, entrepreneurs, you are in business because you see a market gap. You have a vision and you have a strong desire to succeed and accumulate wealth. But here's a real question. Do you have the eyes to see how money quietly drain away through hidden pitfalls, mistakes, inefficiencies, and governance blind spots? Do you have the eyes to see? Most entrepreneurs don't, not because they lack intelligence, but because they are absorbed in building the business. My message to the top management and boards: when your focus is on KPIs and big picture goals, you naturally overlook the operational details where money quietly slips away. Because human behavior, weak systems, governance cracks, these small leaks silently drain cash flow and profit. Do you see that? So when you seek funding, remember this. When you approach investors, you are under a microscope. Investors see the cash flow leakage you missed. Identify risks that silently kill profits. Spot opportunities you have overlooked. Understand patterns of money flow away better than you. Therefore, when you speak to them, they instantly know whether you understand what you care about, whether you think the way they think, whether you see what they see. This is the truth of reality. If you fail to secure funding, be honest about what it means. It means investors don't see lucrative potential in your company. This might not be the truth, but because you don't think what the investors think, you don't see what the investors see, you fail to gain their confidence. Do you see my point? The ESG mindset advantage is if you adopt an ESG mindset, you prepare yourself to think exactly like investors. You see risks before they see them. You understand what drains value. You can articulate long-term sustainability. You present your company as they would view it from the outside in. Do you see the point? When you think like them, you can show them what they want to see and say what they need to hear authentically, not artificially. This is how you become fundraising ready. This is why ESG mindset matters to you, to companies. I hope to see the logic and it all makes perfect sense. This is the end of this video. I am Elysia, the founder of ESG Integration in Organizations. James Gifford started it. Elysia finishes it. Watch out for the next video. We will talk about the third set of questions. What is the underlying logic of ESG report? What is the rationale behind ESG scores? How do these mechanisms create tangible benefit for the companies? See you in my next video.